All right, guys and girls, welcome to another cyber coaching session with me, your cyber coach Lee Reed. Now, I can't clarify or guarantee how good our signal is going to be on the dog walk, but we'll try our best. Now, I hope you guys have got your questions ready and you've got yourself into it. And I thought, what best place to start it than a mini football court? And from there, we're going to walk you around 2 lakes and then back out to this area. And what I want you guys to be doing is jogging on the spot. So if you can't get out for a walk or you've done your exercise for the day, get into your living room and do a couple of sprints on the spot. If you want to increase it, you can maybe get a stepper with yourself and stepping up, stepping down, stepping up, stepping down. So you've got different ideas of different exercises you can do whilst we're doing this. Now, this is going to be the first one of 3 we're doing this week, with the other 2 being, one's going to be a cyber jog and the other one is going to be a cyber weight session. So you guys have got a few different options this week to join in with us. There's no excuses. Mums, dads, sisters, brothers, and obviously keepers and players. You guys can all join us and all join in. Remember your hashtags. Hashtag, what is it? Hashtag, can't remember. Hashtag, have you guys remembered it? Come on, there we go. Hashtag create the difference. Well done, Christopher. If you get those hashtags in, you'll get 10 cyber points. And we'll also give you guys and girls the best questions. Whoever gives the 2 best questions of this walk will get an extra 50 cyber points. So get your questions started. Now, I say get your questions started because there's 3 of us here. There's obviously myself in the normal mask. We've got Mr. Bowleytown. And we've got Mr. Cox. Now, obviously, Jamie and I are going to be trying to keep our social distancing whilst we're on the walk. However, you can feel free to ask him some questions, me questions, and maybe even Zoli questions if you're that much, if you're brave enough. Let's see what he comes up with. I'm not quite sure. He might come up with some weird answers. So if you've got some crazy questions, you might get some crazy answers. So start getting your questions through to us and we'll go from there. Go on, Zoli. And we'll show you in front of us so you can see everything. So all we're doing is walking around a little local area just outside of the houses where all the kids normally have a sort of a playground, and we're going off to a couple of lakes and back round. So it's not a massive walk, but it'll be one that gives you guys a good 10-20 minutes worth of exercise. So I'm hoping you guys are starting to step with us already. If you're not, why not? Why did I start coaching Neve? Why did I start coaching? I thought you said, why did I start coaching Neve? I was like, that's a little bit rude. But no, I started coaching, to be honest with you, when I was 12. Some guy came up to me in a park where I used to live near Aylesbury. And he turned around to me and went, man, you're amazing. At this point, I think I was playing for Wycombe Wanderers Youth, which at that point were a Premier League academy. So the elite of the elite. And basically I'd been there playing around with a friend. And basically this guy comes up and goes, I'll pay you money to come and coach my 16-year-olds. And I looked at the guy like he was mad, like he was something dodgy and he probably shouldn't be asking the question. But he said, no, literally, here's my qualifications. Here's who I coach for. Please, get your dad to call me and I'll show him it's legit. And to be fair to the guy, he did exactly what he said. And then he was paying me like 50 quid or so an hour. So I cycled from Aylesbury all the way across to a place called Bedgrove, which is about a 20-25 minute cycle. And I coached his 16-year-olds at 12. Now, the reason I started doing that was, it brought in money. It was something I enjoyed. I then continued it after my sort of college days because I started to see a lot of the English goalkeepers were getting overlooked. No one was being given a chance and there wasn't good enough coaching out there. My best coach was my father. And basically, at the age of about 12, 13, he turned around to me and went, I can't coach you anymore. You're too good. You understand too much and you've learned too quickly. So we need to find people to coach you. Now, we travelled the country. Zoli's having a little wee stop, so I won't show you the wee. But no, he's not weeing yet. He's just chilling. He's obviously found some smells. Come on, Zol. And so basically we were traveling the country and finding different coaches. Most of those coaches their attitude was good hands, great save, And that was the level of coaching that I got given. So at that point, I started coaching myself, and it kind of went from there. Great question, Neve. Well done. Let's see who else has got other ones. And we better have some questions for Jamie as well.
Put me under the pressure.
Yeah, not wrong. C says, this is for Jamie. How was your test?
I'm assuming by that you mean my driving test. And
Do you mean his driving test for Tesco's, I'm presuming, Christopher? And if you do, we'll tell you. Come on, Zol.
it went well, actually. I passed, and now I'm just waiting to get training done to move on to the delivery side of driving for Tesco's. So hopefully that'll go well, more money and easier job, so that's always good.
Yeah, this is Jamie driving what I class as a truck. Right, everyone stay off the road is all I'm putting on that one. Good question, Christopher. If that wasn't what you were asking, ask it again and let us know exactly what you meant. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Bill. How are you? There's Bowley for you, Bill. I know you haven't seen Zol for a little while. Okay, you can't really see him yet. We'll get in the light first. So what other questions have you guys and girls got for us? No problems, Neve. How did you find feeding Erin earlier? Now, I'm hoping you guys are all keeping up with your steps, and I'm hoping we got good enough signal for you all. Keep those knees pumping, keep those arms driving. I'm hoping you had a good warm-up, and obviously if you haven't, next time, especially when we're doing a jog, and especially when we're doing the weight training, make sure you've had a little warm-up prior to starting. From there, obviously, when we finish this video, I'm expecting you guys to at least have a 2-minute sort of static stretch, cool down. Just pick 2 or 3 of your favourite muscle groups to do, and give it a little stretch. Hey Paula, how are you? How's Mason? You got muddy. How did you get muddy feeding, Evie? I know you made one worldie out of it, but how did you get muddy feeding, girl? C says, what was the first activity you are going to do with your mum and dad when you can meet up with them? Oh, that's a heck of a question. Wow. Do you know what? That's probably an easy one. And I say that's easy because the first thing I'm going to do when I get to see them is hug them. I think that's probably the easiest way I can put that. And we're just going to obviously probably hug, say hello, and go from there. So we're going to come this way. Good boy. We're just getting off the path for everybody else. So that was a cracking question, Christopher. What would be the first activity we do? Probably knowing my dad and I. If it's in Spain, the first activity we'll likely do is we will go and we will probably play pool. Whereas if it's in England, knowing my father, after he bought me that Segway cart, will likely be going around and playing on that Segway cart. That's probably what our first activities will be. So good question, Christopher. Spot on. You're taking the dog out with you now as well? Oh, I love that. That's brilliant. Oh, it's a bit soggy here. Don't slip over. That'd be hilarious on camera, wouldn't it? Woo, he says, doing it himself. That's right, Slippery. Zol, this way. Thank you. Wait, Zol. Zol, come. Good lad.
Willie, come on.
Come on, boy. Good lad. Good boy. Go on. Good lad. Go, go. Well done, Zoli. Sorry, we have to keep an eye on people there because even in these COVID times, people just let their dogs run up to you. It's like, don't worry, Zol could just be a menacing, evil dog that wants to eat everything, but don't worry, let your dog run up. But hey, that's for Helen to talk about, not me. I'm on the coaching side. So we've got Neve's always muddy. Yeah, not wrong, Neve. C says that question was about driving from Jamie, so we've covered that one. Good. Matisse and you are going out. Hey, I'm hoping you guys have got some questions as well before you're going out. What sort of walk are you doing, or how far are you going to go? Have you got any nice areas you're going to cover? Jay popped in to ask, what is the difference this lockdown to the last one?
Very relaxed.
Jamie says he thinks it's very relaxed. Yeah, 100% agree with that. It's a strange one. The FA have perked up more and stopped coaching fully. Gym, so sort of PT sides are allowed to do sort of sessions. So obviously Jamie's allowed to come and do his exercise with me. I've got the likes of Rosie that are able to come over here and do their PTing sides, but I can't come and meet individuals for goalkeeper coaching. Now, if I did, I would lose my liability insurance. If something went wrong, which obviously would then mean I could lose my house, etc. So this actual lockdown has been a bit more kind of crazy in essence. Go. And it's been a strange one for me in that side, but from what I'm seeing when I go out to the sort of farm shops, the traffic hasn't changed. And that for me is kind of worrying. So I hope that answers that one. Jamie, what do you find is different?
Well, the thing I don't understand is, like you said, we can do, PT sessions and stuff, but they close the gyms. And at what point, does that make logical sense? If you're going to close a gym, but then allow gym type stuff to carry on anyway, nonetheless. But government and all that. And again, last time they closed all the restaurants and all, takeaway and delivery, it's all closed. You couldn't get anything fast food based, but now you can even go in and order it as long as you're taking it away, or go in the drive-thru and take it away. Whereas last time it was all shut completely, and you didn't have people going in and out and around the area. It just doesn't make sense to me.
And obviously you got the massive one of the schools being open,
And
and because the schools, universities, colleges are open, all my younger guys and girls, they're either legging it to the weekends, they're legging it to the light hours, they're having to use my floodlights. We've got mixtures going on at the moment. It's made it a little bit crazy. Now, don't worry, we're still here. You just won't be able to see us because we're in pitch black, and it's a little bit slippery as well. So if you suddenly see us flying off, someone send an ambulance, all right? Because it's hard watching the screen and trying to walk with the slippery area, I tell you. And I think Zol's trying to trip Jamie up at the same time as well. Zol isn't coming on front of the camera today. Zol's being a little bit boring and staying to the side. See, as I told you, he's pulling me back now. He's obviously got a nice sniff. So yeah, good question, Jay. Or I should say MJ. Neve's question was, where's the best place we have ever visited? Ooh. Ow.
I know mine already.
All right, Jamie's got his, so it's going to give me a second to have a think. So Jamie, go.
So I've been to Dubai, and that was literally the best thing I've ever done in my life, and I want to go back there again. The only thing is, it's very strict with rules and stuff, but so long as you comply and you stick to the laws and the rules, it's a great place to go. Loads of things to see, loads of things to do. It's just a really, really spectacular and beautiful looking country, and it's just for the views alone you'd go again. And then obviously the activities they have out there, the stuff you can do, it was the best holiday I ever had, and I've been at a lot of holidays.
And I'll have to come in and go on the same sort of wavelength as that. My two favourites would be, one was the Caribbean. I did a cruise round there. That was incredible. And the second one is Indian Rocks in America. That was a lovely holiday. We'd come back from the cruise and you could literally see dolphins swimming outside the front. Now, I don't know how much you can see on the first lake. I think it's a bit too dark, this first lake. But the first lake is down there. You can see the shimmering of those lights. So that's the first lake we're coming to. You should be able to see the second lake a little bit better than that. So they're the two sort of best areas we've been to. If I was going football-wise, it would be Lilleshall, National Sports Centre, when I did the 2012 and 2011 showcase. That was an incredible place. And the hotel we stayed in there, thanks Bob, was unbelievable. We opened up our curtains and went out on this balcony, and it overlooked a lake that was private to ourselves. So it was probably the craziest thing I've ever been in. Even to this day. So good question, Nevi, spot on. C says, how is Yoshka? Is his tummy okay? We think so, is the honesty. He's been himself recently. He was out doing a stooge earlier. So we think he's been all right. He's still a plonker. Haven't seen him this week. So hey ho, hope I'll see him some point in the near week. Where in the world would you go if money was not an obstacle after lockdown? Whoa.
Well,
all right. If money's no object, even if it wasn't the world, I'd go into space. That would be quite cool. Be the first coach to coach in space. That'd be pretty sick. I'd do a cyber session back from the space station. Now that'd be mental. But in the world, where would I go? God. So here's the second lake anyway. Do you know what? I'd probably take my dad and go fishing in Thailand and go for sort of the big cats and the big carp and the Mekong cats and things like that. That's probably where I would take my dad if I could go anywhere with money being no object. Matisse said, why do you give your dogs the names they have? That's an easy one. Zoltan and Yoshka are both Hungarian names, and because they're a Hungarian Vizsla, that's the reason why they have those names. Now, if you guys can tell me what those names mean, I might give you extra points. Maybe 10 points per name, whoever can get it for me first. So what does Yoshka and what does Zoltan mean? I'll look back at the comments later when I can feel my fingers. So we're coming to the road here, so I'm just going to keep Zolly on a little bit of a loose lead. I hope not. A little bit of a tighter lead. So you might be able to see Zolly now. Say hello. He doesn't like the road. He wants to stay as glued to me as he physically can. You might not be able to hear us as much this time, but we'll be off it within 2 seconds anyway, so don't worry about that. Matisse says, oh no, that was the one. I've already covered that one. C says, what is your favourite homemade food? This is for all three of you. Zol's would be probably some kind of oily fish mixed into his bowl, I would say. Mine would certainly not be oily fish mixed into the bowl. I'd be going for... Ooh. I tell you what, I'll post it later. The thing I made last night was pretty amazing. That's probably one of my favourites at the moment. A little bit of a treat meal, a little bit of a cheat meal, but it had high protein levels, high veg, and obviously no meats. So I'll post a picture of that later as long as I remember. What lockdown do you guys prefer? Whew, last lockdown or this lockdown? Or no lockdown? No lockdown is what I'm going for.
Yeah, logically you'd say no lockdown.
No lockdown, 100%.
Either or, because it hasn't changed for me. I'm still working.
Yeah, Jamie's very lucky because obviously he works at Tesco's. So because he works at Tesco's, he's able to come across here and do his sessions. He's able to still work and not much changed. I prefer last lockdown because I had a lot more hours in the day to be able to coach and help people out. This one's become a lot more difficult. I mean, look, we're doing a live at 6 o'clock and it's pitch black. So it's a lot harder for me to cover people this time round than it was last time round. Now, have got a little bit of cool news. We got approached this morning by a newspaper and they want me to do an article for them in this lockdown. So watch this space. That will be coming in soon. Jay's finally put his hashtag in. Well done. Owen Swain says, my floodlights now. Yeah, they are definitely. Actually, I think Mealy has them now, don't they, Swainy? So they might be hers now, actually. Jay says, who is the best person you have ever coached?
Me.
The honesty is I can't give you that answer. Because everyone's different. Everyone brings something new to the pitch every time I join it, whether it's PT, whether it's player, whether it's rugby, international, male, female, it doesn't matter. Everyone brings something new to it and everyone brings a different perspective to coaching, a new challenge, etc., etc. Now I could go on to the names that I've coached and the people that have made it to the international or England, but do you know what? Every single one of you makes me me. So who's the greatest person I've coached? Myself. Or my father. Because for me, you've got to coach yourself to be the top to allow everyone else to be the top. So that's one thing for you youngsters to think about. When you're doing your sessions, how many times are you just allowing me to coach you? Or can you not coach yourself? Because if you can start coaching yourself, we're going to be even stronger as a package. Great question, that one, by the way. That put me on a little bit of pressure. Matisse and his mum would recommend Canada and Niagara Falls. They're amazing. Yeah, I can't give you that. 100% there. Indian Rocks on the Gulf Coast of Florida. Yes, that is indeed. Swainey's watching. Hey, Matthew, make sure you get your hashtag in. We'll let them cross and then we'll go. Actually, wait. I have no idea. If anyone can tell us what that yellow box is, we'll give you extra points as well. We've seen it for many, many years and never any ideas what it actually is. Zoltan means life. I am walking the dog. I haven't got the dogs. We got the one dog with us. We got Bowley with us. So we're going to cross in a minute, Zoli. Wait. Good lad. You ready? Set. Go. Good lad. Well done, Bowley. Matisse, who is the best player you've ever played against? Roy Keane. Not even a question of that. Roy Keane. Played against him. I even remember back in my A licence days when I was taking my A licence. I remember Roy Keane playing against. He was centre midfielder against someone else. No idea, but the guy was just a typical Sunday league coach sort of area, but obviously with a little bit more qualifications. And he obviously wasn't his normal job, and he looked like a typical Sunday league coach. I just remember Roy Keane jumping in from about here to that railing away, 2-footed, and this guy flying. I've never seen, and bear in mind, it meant nothing. It was just a training day. It was just a case of we're playing a match, we're playing a football game, one person's coaching, and then we switch around. And I've never seen someone with so much power, so much acceleration jump into this guy and topple him when this guy's probably never played football in his life. So the best player I've ever played against is 100% Roy Keane. You'll never see intensity like that guy. Oh, C says, Yoshka means gracious. No, I disagree. That is not the meaning of Yoshka. So you're going to have to keep going. What's the Hungarian meaning of these? Go. Come on, I want some more questions for Jamie. You're running out here now, guys. We're covering it. Who is the craziest person I've ever coached? That's from Erin. Should we say Erin on this one? Erin, you may be close. Got to be honest.
Jay.
Jay Baz, this is not a bad one. He's not watching, so we can happily say that. He's definitely a little bit mad. Who else have we got crazy? A lot of the girls tend to be a little bit mad, but not the current crop of girls. So when I used to coach sort of semi-pro tier 2, tier 3 type girls, they were certainly a little bit nuts, but loved them all nonetheless. Yeah, I'm going to go with Jay, or I'm going to go with Erin. They're your two craziest that I've coached. So yeah, Erin, you put me under that much pressure each week, girl. C says, if you weren't a coach, what job would you do?
That's a good question, actually.
That's a heck of a question. What would I do? Well, I'd love to have obviously been a player and play longer. I would have probably said I'd be doing something within sport, because it's obviously my life. I don't think I'd have been a personal trainer. Although I love PT and the people I PT, I don't think I could do it every single day, every single hour. There's not enough movement in it. There's not enough sort of energy in it unless I'm doing it with them. Which is why when I have sort of Jamie and people like that, I'll sometimes join in and show them the demos, show them the exercises. Knowing me, superhero, I'll be out flying somewhere trying to save someone. Jamie, I'm going for a bank robber. That's a heck of a question. I might have to have a little think for that one a bit more and come back to you guys on one of the next lives on that one, because that's a absolutely unbelievable question. Race car driver, Jamie says. That's not a bad shout, actually. Just going to spin because Zol's tucked me in. And we're back. Bowley's there. Hello, Bowley. What else have we got? We've got C says, Jamie, is your ACL injury totally fixed now?
Well, I don't know if you'd class it as totally fixed, because once it's been done once, there's always a higher risk of it being done again. But in the sense of I've had the surgery and I've had the recovery, my year's recovery is over, so I'd say it is fixed. But I haven't actually had a chance to play a proper football match with it yet because of everything going on, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
He's a big pansy. Yes, it's fixed. He's absolutely fine. He still throws himself around on those group days. It aches a little bit and he goes, oh, coach, I think I've done it again. And I'm like, no, Jamie, that is just a reversibility. That is because you haven't touched the ball for a little while and it's starting to ache. That's all that is. So is he fixed? Yeah, he's absolutely fine. Wait. And go. So yeah, Jamie's absolutely sound. Good question. C says Yoshka is God is gracious. It's close. You're getting closer. Come here, Zol. Zol. Good boy. Come around. Come on. Yeah, I'm on. This way. Good lad. Good boy, Bolly. Go across. Good lad. Naughty leads, naughty leads, naughty leads. Go on, go around the corner. Good lad. Go on in. Go, go. Good boy. Well done, Bolly. That little song was for those guys and girls that know what I'm talking about. Matty says, come. Good lad. Good boy. Stay in. Good lad. Well done. Go, go. Matty says, if you had £1 million, what would you buy? Ooh.
I know what I'd do with it, but it's a very you know, everyone would just jump on it and say, I don't know, a car, a house, you know, that kind of stuff. But I'd buy properties, but properties to rent out and earn a passive income from the properties.
Well done, Bolly.
Along with, you know, other businesses to make me more money so I could make more than $1 million and so on and so forth.
Zoli says he would get lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of doggy treats. My answer to that one, Jamie's one's quite a good one to be fair, but my answer to that one, if I had the money to do everything else and everyone else is comfortable, I'd probably put it somewhere towards like a big area where I could coach off of. You had an inside facility, a gym, swimming pool, all those sort of sides. That's what I'd do with £1 million. That's a nice question though.
You're free for that, we know.
Does Yoshka mean Joe? No, it doesn't. God is great. It's certainly close. But there's another meaning to it. Somewhere along the lines of, no, I'm not telling you. You can keep going. And keep your questions coming in. We've got about 5 minutes left. So I hope you guys are pumping. I hope you guys are going. Now, as we've only got 5 minutes left, I want you driving hard. So I want your arms driving through. I want your feet driving through. I want your knees coming higher. You're going to go at it for the last 5 minutes. So hard as you can. Really pumping on the spot. And we've got the last couple of questions coming in. What have you got for us? Oh, your hand's cold. I've got no gloves on. It is freezing out here, people. These are the nights that I'm kind of glad I'm not coaching. But yeah, I've had a PT set today. I've had 2 goalkeeper sets. I've had a player set. I am now going back in after this set into a goalkeeper set and then a player set. So my night's not finished quite yet, but hey ho, it's been a very interesting day. We've had a lot of records broken. I don't think any of the records bar the group one's still standing. So those in tonight, they've got something to go at because this session is well on it. So let's hope they, or I hope they do well. Probably some of the guys watching don't hope they do so well because they've got the records. What do you enjoy most about coaching kids? Progression, seeing where they go, changing their outlooks on life, changing their perception of what they can be, seeing when they come into me and they can't catch. There's the ice cream man again, by the way. Unbelievable, seriously, I'll tell you about it later. Seeing where they can obviously come from when they normally come in, they can't catch, they can't dive, they can't move properly, and seeing where they go to. That's probably my favourite part. I think we're going for a wee stop for Zoli, so we'll give you a look on that. We won't embarrass him and show him having a little wee. Stay close. Good lad. Now go on. Go. Good boy. So that's probably sort of my main enjoyment of coaching kids. I love the adult side and the pro side. I always have done. I always love the walking out onto a pitch with people, and there's just a noise frequency that comes through the body, and it just gives you a shiver. That part is the one thing that is the greatest for me in coaching. But getting someone up there out of my own books, that's the greatest thing. So good question there, guys. I know children and love what they say and come out with. It's so funny. Yeah, that is definitely somewhere near true. C says, what's the best toy you had as a child? Wow. Okay, Christopher. How long have you been thinking about these questions? Oh, wow. What's the best toy I had as a child?
Rocking horse.
Skate electrics. I had... Oh, no, I tell you what. Come here, Zol. Come. Come here close. Come here. Zol. Good boy. Stay close now, yeah? Come on. This way. Up. Good boy. Up. Good lad. Now go. Good boy. Well done. Probably the best toy I had was I had a house called Owlswick, and we had a den and a tree house in the back of that was homemade by Dad and I. That's got to be somewhere near the best toy. Dad will probably tell you others, so when he watches this, I hope he'll give you a little comment on that one. But to be fair, I was spoiled as a kid. I was an only child, so I got near enough everything. So that's probably my favourite one anyway. What about you guys? What was your favourite toy? How cold is it? Just about to take the dog for a walk ourselves. Your hands get cold if you ain't got gloves on. I'm in shorts, but bar that, I'm always in shorts, so I'm kind of used to that. Jamie is literally
Nice and wrapped up.
Wrapped up. So I'd certainly go up wrapped up if I was you, Swaney. If you could choose coaching, if you could choose a coaching area, where would it be? Ooh, somewhere warm, somewhere sunny, somewhere with a gorgeous view. That's where I'd go with. That's a good question. What about you, Jamie? If you could get coached anywhere, where would you get coached?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm lazy, so I'm going to say my back garden.
So he's had the chance to be cyber coached this whole time, and you guys are having to do it in your back gardens, and he says that he wanted it in his back garden. Yeah, that makes logical sense, Jamie. Thanks for that one. Yeah, nice bringing Jamie. I won't bring him next time, don't worry. Good question though, Matthew. We like that one. C says, if you had to lose one of your senses, which would it be? Oh, wow.
That's one of those ones you think about every now and then.
Oh, really? Yeah. Think about which one I'd lose.
No, but do you ever think, like, if you were to get in an accident and there's a possibility...
No! I just keep myself away from the accidents. Or hopefully try to. What one would I prefer to lose if I was going to lose any? Sugar me. That's a difficult one, is the honesty. Obviously, I'd want to keep my eyes because that's where the coaching comes from.
I'd probably say smell.
Smell's not a bad shout. Smell's not a bad shout. Yes, smell's got to be the one. It's the one of the weaker senses. I was going to say hearing because I could then still talk and do everything like that. And obviously, I know sign language. So that would help me out if I suddenly lost my hearing. But yeah, 100%. I think I've got to go with Jamie. I've got to go with smell. Good question, Christopher. You've had some blinders in there. Yoshka means God is gracious. Not from what I've been told. Yoshka means, whoa, see, it's close. Keep going. You can keep adding them whilst this video's finished. But if this is the last question, if you could have one superpower, what would it be? And Jamie, I'm going to switch on to you on that one.
Yeah, well, me first.
Yeah.
I've got to think about this one.
Oh, see, I don't. This one's easy. I'm flicking back onto me on this one. If I could have one superpower, what would it be? It would be something that would help people save the world and save people. Much like Superman's powers. So anything like that would be my superpower. So if I can steal all that, I'm going to go with that. If not, probably fly. I love the feeling of it. Love being up there. Always was scared of heights as a kid and obviously got over that fear with the flying. So I've glided. I've done all sorts in the sky. So if I only had to have one, it would be flying. But if not, it would be Superman's power. So I'm throwing it back over to Jamie for the last one.
I'll probably have to agree with the flying one. Because, you know, you can drive everywhere I do.
So we got both flying on that one. Dini, so Erin, I'm giving you the closest one to Yoshka's name on that one. So well done. I'll have to check back on the Zols one and then go from there. But guys, girls, from me, your cyber coach, from Jamie, your cyber participant, and our all-important one, the Bowley Tan, who's been brilliant on this walk. Say hello, Bowley. Oh, good lad. You stress you on and say hello. There you go, that's better. We shall see you guys all soon. Much love to everyone. I hope you enjoyed the walk. Stay safe.